On this sheet, you're going to be doing some practice problems for assigning oxidation states. So I'm just going to go over the basics. If you watched the video before, I went into great detail on how to do these, so I'm not going to do any of them with you, but I do want to go through these. If you look, none of the first set, they don't have any charges, so these are all going to be set. When you do this, I want you to write out the formula. So I want to see HCl, I want to see the whole thing equals 0. Apply your rules, +1 for H, multiply down, I get +1. That means Cl has to be -1, and that means, in this case, it's -1. So I want to see all of that. I want to see all of that information in each one of these problems, just like I did in the notes. When you get to 19, 20, and 21, those are polyatomic ions, so you may want to do those on a separate sheet of paper, or if you can write really small, the way you're going to have to do those is figuring out the NO3, so you're going to have to go to table E and know that NO3 has a charge when it's alone, solve for the N, and then go back and solve for the aluminum, so you're going to have to do that for these. When you get to 22 through 31, they are all charged, so there's nothing fancy going on there. You're just going to set them equal to the charge. So like a minus means -1. A plus would mean +1. If it's any number other than 1, they have to include it. So if it's 2 minus, that means -2. So those are them. And then last but not least, these last 5 are going to be exceptions to the rule. So you're going to have to figure out which one of the rules gets broken. The rule that's lower is the one that gets broken, and so you're going to do it that way, and I want you to do those. Look over your notes. A lot of these happen to be in your notes. Some of them aren't, some of them are. But that's all you're doing for this sheet. Just remember, I want to see the formula rewritten, I want to see the lower numbers, and I want to see the top numbers. But also be aware that on a test, it's the top numbers that get you points, meaning the lower numbers are great so I can check your work to make sure I know what you're doing or I can see what you're doing. But ultimately in chemistry, nobody cares about the bottom numbers. Most people, when you get really good at this, do it in your head. You don't have permission to do that yet. You're going to write them both on bottom and on top, but on a quiz or a test, you're only going to be graded on the top numbers. They're the only ones that ultimately matter.